And yeah.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Carmen Walker here. Most of you do know me. I just wanted to share a bit about myself with you guys this evening, and I actually brought a couple of my friends in to join me this evening. Shane and Bob, how you doing? You know, a lot of people see me on social media, but they don't really know much about my background, so I just wanted to share a little bit more about that. It's always easy to see what's in front of the screen, but sometimes you don't know what's happening behind it. So I just, growing up, I ended up being a young mum. I actually am a mum of 4 children. I was always either a single mum, relying on government assistance, or I was a stay-at-home mum that was raising children while their dad went out to work. So I was always relying on somebody or someone to support me. It's not something that I ever really wanted or dreamt of, like, yay, this is what I'm going to do all my life, but it's just the way that life rolled for me. I also ended up going through postnatal depression when I was 17 with my first baby. Back then I didn't know what it was. I just thought I'd gone insane. And most people told me that that's what had happened to me. So it actually led me on a journey of self-development. I was always seeking and wondering, what is wrong with me? Why aren't I normal? So I really, went through, my depression ended up turning in, well, postnatal depression ended up turning into depression, and then generalized anxiety over the years, and then clinical depression, which was a lot severer later on in life. But during that time, I also kept trying to reach for help. So I did a lot of courses on family parenting courses, relationship counseling. I went and talked to psychologists, psychiatrists, had family social workers come and visit me, because I was quite a recluse. Apart from raising my children, I didn't actually know how to get out there and talk to people, and I didn't really know how to leave my house. So I was very introverted. But as I went on through life, I started to look into network marketing later on in life, and it actually just opened up a whole new world for me. It made me sort of come out of my shell a little bit. My children are a lot older, so they weren't so dependent on me, and I started to get a little bit more independence. So the opportunities that I looked at, though, as fabulous as they were, they didn't really grab me. And it wasn't until just recently that I was invited in to have a look at an idea that has really just put a smile on my face anyway. It's actually got me very, very excited about my future. The fact that I've currently am living on government assistance, it's not something I want, it's not something I've ever wanted, but it's where I am. Whereas now I have no doubt in my mind, with the work that I'm doing at the moment, that I will be able to get off government assistance. I will be able to support my children the way that I've always wanted to support them in their businesses, in the schooling, the education that I want to put them through. And I know that I'll be able to get us, my children and I, a house of our own. So that is my biggest goal. I never ever thought that I could dream as big as I do now, but now I know it is not only a dream for me, but it's possible. It's very, very doable with this opportunity that I've come across. So I just really, really wanted to share a little bit about that with you, and I'd love to hand it over to Bob.
Thanks, Carmen. Thanks for sharing and bearing your soul, which is, you know, really refreshing. And that's what life's all about. It's being open and honest and living congruent to your soul. And over my journey, I've had many high highs and many low lows. I've had many riches and lost those riches, but true wealth has generally escaped me over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So what I've been very passionate about is helping people all my life. I've had a 20-year real estate career, which was I was very grateful for. It taught me a lot of business skills. But at the end of the day, I was still, even though I was self-employed, I was working for myself. I was still working and having to rely on markets and having to rely on so many employers to pay me. So my passion has always been to find that financial independence and to find that financial freedom in life. So a number of years ago, a good friend of mine introduced me to this private investment club where I've met a lot of great community of loving people and some great entrepreneurial spirits. And what I've been able to discover is a 1 to 5 year plan ahead for my life and for my family and friends, because I love sharing my knowledge, and the people that's inside this community are also hungry for knowledge, hungry for love, hungry to help others to make a better world and a better environment to pass on for our generations to come. So having said that, I'll pass you over to my great friend Shane, who I've known for 40 odd years, and he will help many people in this business, I can see.
Yeah, thanks, Bob, and thanks, Carmen. Both, you know, incredible stories from you both. You know, a lot of people out there may know me. I've been around the world a few times, but a lot of people out there won't know my story. I have had a failed marriage, and that hurt me and my family deeply. Loss of 2 businesses. But, you know, at the end of the day, I picked myself up and moved on and got involved in business again and developed 3 other businesses, 2 hotels and a charter boat business. But long story short, got involved with the wrong people, and the stroke of a pen overnight was basically broke. So the second time around, that actually put me into, you know, very similar to where Carmen was, in a very deep state of depression. But I always remember what my dad said. He said, son, he said, you were born to die. He said, the life you have in between that is your destiny, and it's up to you to make the best of it. So with that, I was able to pull myself out of where I was and get on with my life. And okay, it happened, move on. And as Bob said, I've known him for over 40 years. And, you know, quite a few months back now, he came to me and he said, Shane, he said, I want you to have a look at something. And I said, Bob, I don't want to have a look at it. I'll be honest with you, I'm all businessed out. I've lost 5 businesses over 30 years. Why would I want to go back into business to fail again? You know, that was my mindset. But there was just something about this that niggled at me, and I just couldn't let it go. So I did my due diligence. I got involved. I got right into the nuts and bolts of the organisation, this private investment club, and I climbed on board. And quite frankly, I just haven't looked back. Now today, I sit here, I get a passive income for life. I get it paid every monthly. And I know that at the end of the day, my family, my kids and my grandkids especially, you know, will benefit from my legacy and what I leave behind when I'm no longer here. But in closing, I will say this. I always remember a quote from Richard Branson, and that is, if somebody offers you a great opportunity and you don't know how to do it anyway and work out how to do it later, right? So grab a hold of Carmen and grab onto her coattails, because you know, this girl's going places, and follow her, and she will reach for the stars, land on the moon. Okay, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.